Liberty, equality, fraternity, hostility.
Is
it legitimate to have a Jewish state? No, the Jewish state is illegitimate.
Israel is filing an official complaint with the French government over a conference in the city of Nantes, hosted by the regional president of Loire-Atlantique, to mark the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian People, featuring statements that spilled over from criticizing Israel to delegitimizing it.
The occupation of 1967 is a natural continuation of what happened in 1948 and had started even earlier.
Statements hostile not just to Israel's occupation of the West Bank, but to the country's existence.
Our organization is based in Tel Aviv, and generally in accordance with international law, settlers are people who live in the territories occupied in 1967. We have a slightly different definition. We too are settlers.
And a casual comparison of Israel to the Nazis.
Hundreds of thousands, we think about 800,000, had to take to the roads of exile. In exoduses that dramatically recall images one could see on our own territory at a time of the Nazi barbarism.
The Israeli embassy in Paris telling I-24 News it strongly condemns what was said about Israel and views with gravity any anti-Zionist event whose only aim is to deny the legitimacy of the State of Israel, certainly when such events are hosted by French public officials, adding it's sending the French government a letter of protest and thanking President Macron for his stance against boycotts of Israel, calling out anti-Zionism as a new form of anti-Semitism.
We will never surrender to the messages of hate. We will not surrender to anti-Zionism, because it is the reinvention of anti-Semitism.
Israel says it's confident the French government will continue this policy, but his speech against Israel, a barricade any French president is willing to storm. Elon Levy, I-24 News.